We are gathered here to fill you with fear and give you a treat for your ears as we invade your mind with our scary rhymes and some tales that can be gory. As you bear witness and sit here and listen to our poetic horror stories. Hello, my name is Michelle. I'm 16, and this is a horror story of how my life has been suddenly flipped upside down. When me and my mom moved to this small town, the name of the town is Heaven's Gate. I know, what an ironic name for a place. We moved here from the bustling, noisy, overcrowded, rude people, traffic-filled streets of New York City, to this quiet, polite, mild-mannered, white picket fence, always smiling, waving, and greeting hello people. Perfect suburban community. When we first arrived here, I thought, this place can't be real. Something about it is just eerie to me. Look, we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the tragedy that befallen my family. My dad just passed away due to a brain aneurysm. It was sudden. We never saw it coming. So my mom wanted us to have a fresh start, a new place we could embark. To me, it just felt like she was running away from her sorrows and her broken heart. But nevertheless, here we are. I hate it here. This town and its people are so boring. Nothing about this town is even remotely like New York. Everyone here seems to me to be playing a part. Everyone and everything here feels fake. It's like the people here are trying to live up to the town's namesake, Heaven's Gate. Which me and my mom will soon find out is the true case. Now, let us take a little break, just for a moment for us to say, please take this time to like and comment. We love to hear from you, for you to let us know you like what we do. And if you're new, please subscribe and become a part of our crew. Thank you. Everything in this town is too stiff, too regimented, too perfect. For instance, everyone here wears the same thing every day. The men and boys wear a white collar cotton shirt and brown slacks, white socks and brown shoes that match their slacks. The women and girls wear pink dresses that come down to their knees, with a big pink bow in their hair with white pearls around their neck, and their shoes they wore are pink flats. Everyone's skin looks poreless, like it's been ran through a filter, like a picture on Instagram. And their teeth, pure white, whiter than snow. Every time they smiled, I could swear their teeth had a sparkle and glow. Ugh. Just like a toothpaste whitening commercial. But the weirdest part is everyone's hair is also white. No color, no pigment in sight. And their eyes were the lightest shade of blue. At times, they also looked white. But everyone here wasn't one nationality. You had people here from every persuasion and ethnicity. But this wasn't the only bizarre oddity. It was like there wasn't any room for individuality. Everyone sounds the same, dresses the same, had the same facial expressions. They all ate the same thing, acted the same way, every day. I thought to myself, this is insane. The whole town pretty much ran like clockwork. They never veered away from their same routines day in and day out. I told my mom I believe this whole town were full of robots. It wasn't natural how everyone behaved. It's like they were being controlled by one great hive mind. Like they share one common theme and thought. None of them had a mind of their own. But my mom saw it in a different way. She said, "This is just the traditions of their small town. You shouldn't judge them just because they're different. You need to just give it some time. It will be all right." I told her, fine, I'll try. A few weeks passed, but for me, it didn't get any better. Actually, it became worse. School was unbearable, and I didn't get along with anyone there. Don't get me wrong, none of the kids were mean to me. It was the complete opposite. But for some reason, every time they talked to me, everyone just gave me the creeps. Something about this town is unsettling. One day, when I was on my way to school, I noticed flyers going up all over the town that they were preparing for an annual town celebration. It read, "It's that time of year again, the time of the Heaven's Gate party, and everyone in the town is invited. It will be held on the brink of Halloween's Eve. There will be plenty of games, music, food, and drinks. And best of all, it's all free. It's time for us to all give thanks. So, don't forget to bring your offering. We want to make sure our God is pleased." I couldn't believe the last few lines I just read. I thought to myself, is this place a cult? I guess that would make sense. I wondered if my mom knew this. So I took the flyer home for my mom to read. But again, she tried to explain it away. Like it didn't sound creepy. I told her, "Really? You don't see a problem with what it said? Bring an offering? We want to make sure our God is pleased? That sounds like a cultish activity to me. We need to pack our things and leave." My mom said to me, "You are just being silly. The people here in Heaven's Gate are sweet. They have been nothing but nice, kind, warm, and welcoming. We will go to the Heaven's Gate party celebration, and we will bring a pie or something. You are just being paranoid. It will be fine. You will see." Of course, I didn't agree. But the next day we went to the party. The whole town was there. But something about the people had changed. Today, they weren't all acting the same. It made me more uncomfortable. It made me feel weird and strange. They seemed less uptight and less restrained. They seemed like normal people. They were dancing and singing loudly in the streets. There were even a few fights that had to be broken up by the police. Since I've been here, I've never seen this side of the people in this town. Today, they showed their true colors, and they let go of their inhibitions and let their hair down. The people of Heaven's Gate were acting lustful, greedy, envious, slothful, gluttonous, wrathful, and prideful. All of the traits of the 7 deadly sins. Today, they acted like real human beings. Me and my mom were in shock. We couldn't get over what was going on. It reminded me of the story out of the Bible. You know the one. Sodom and Gomorrah. Suddenly, we heard a big booming disembodied voice telling everyone to stop and to bring their offerings forward. I grabbed onto my mom's arm because my knees were shaky so badly. I swear they could have fallen off. I was disgusted by the offerings I saw. The people of Heaven's Gate offerings wasn't pies like me and my mom brought. Their offerings were decapitated chickens, sheep that were skinned, and disemboweled goats. As they laid the offerings down, the people of this quiet, perfect picket fence town started to cover themselves in the animals' blood. They all looked to me like they were transforming into demons. It made me so sick, I threw up right on the spot. Each one had to make a sacrifice to this god. Suddenly, I was grabbed tight by my arm. I tried to pull away in the melee, but thank goodness it was just my mom. She said to me, "We need to go." We quickly fled from the party back home. We grabbed a few things and we jumped into our car. As we drove away, my mom told me not to look back, to face forward and keep my eyes on the road. My mom had apologized and admitted she was wrong. I said it was okay as we drove along. We went and stayed with my grandmom. We heard the next day on the news that Heaven's Gate, the whole town went up into flames. And none of the townspeople escaped. That is, except for us. Maybe because we didn't stay and give an offering to its god. It destroyed Heaven's Gate. But I say it was never heaven in the first place, because underneath the facade of the town, it was a total hellscape.